Hey, I'm going to do a walkthrough right now of a way you can get to the Ohio ID, formerly known as the SAFE portal. Uh, and then once you're there, how you go about creating the Ohio ID, which is essential to then accessing the adult learner web system for Ohio. The adult learner web system is the system that allows an individual to fill out renewal applications or an application for the adult diploma program, the ADP program, and the adult 22 plus diploma program. Additionally, once you have access to that web system or that web portal, you can do more individualized tasks like if you're an administrator creating a nominator who would have access to the ADP system to put students into the database or to do invoicing or things of that nature. So let's get started. Let me share my screen and we'll jump right into jump right into how we go about this. Let me present. Okay, I'm going to open up my next tab. All right, so I have this link saved because it's relatively long. So let's pretend I did not have this whole Ohio ID saved. I'm just going to go to Google, right? And in my search bar, I'm going to type in Ohio, ODE, Ohio ID login. Again, Ohio, ODE, Ohio ID login. Hit enter, search for it. Should be, let's see, I believe it's this one, two, three, fourth option down. Yes, okay. Let me back out real fast. In the video notes, I'm going to put this URL. So I'm just going to copy this link address right now. I'm going to try to pop back into. So you can check the video a bit later and you can find that exact URL. Okay, so just want to start off with the most kind of low level detail. Now we're to this page. You see the little Ohio state outline with the lock, Ohio ID here, and then you'll see a login area here. What we want, if you've never seen this page in your life and you know for a fact you had a former SAFE account, then you're going to need to go to create new account. Your SAFE credentials, if you used your old username and password, they will not work. You must create an Ohio ID. It's kind of superseded SAFE. SAFE still exists, but it's an underlying component of this larger Ohio ID. So let's go to create account, fill out the information. First name, the middle initial is not a mandatory field. Last name, suffix is not a mandatory field. Put in the email that you want to be contacted at, your work number. This is the key stuff, putting in your date of birth and the last four of social. They always have some type of verification number. What is the second digit in this? Okay, there's silly little questions. Fill that out. Hit I agree and go to next. Proceed through the multiple steps. There's a security step setup. I believe they send an email to you with a code. I can't remember 100%, but something like that. You'll put that code in that's sent to the email that you put, guess what, right here, and then you'll confirm. Once you've confirmed, you now have an Ohio ID, okay? So once that step's in place, you're going to go ahead and log in, okay? When you log into the system, you're going to see a scaled down version of this. What do I mean by scaled down? There are two parts to what we'll call the landing page once you log into your Ohio ID. You have My Apps and Available Apps, right? So with My Apps and Available Apps, The available apps means you don't have access to them. So with these two apps, I don't have access to them. I certainly can request access to them, but I don't have access to them. Under my apps, this is all the, or these are all the applications I do have access to. And when I'm saying applications, I mean portions of the Ohio web portal, specifically related to the Ohio Department of Education, since that's the space I deal with most. These are kind of gateways to those various portals. I have adult learner, providers, and students, 22 plus, high school diploma and adult diploma program. That's the main portal, or Department of Education application request, right? You probably will not, repeat, will not have anything under my apps when you first build the account. It takes roughly 10 minutes sometimes for my apps to connect. Why does it take that? The system is kind of migrating, so to speak, the information that was part of your safe, and it's bringing it to this new Ohio ID system. Yes, I don't think this was a great time of year to do all this, but my opinion's neither here nor there. What you need to do in order to try to refresh this isn't to just standardly refresh the page. Simply log out, close this particular window. It does open a second window. Go back to the sign in, the username and password, this kind of Ohio ID login part. Again, you have your username and password. Make sure that you've written it down. You can put it back in. Click it again. Hopefully this time when you open it, you have my apps, and you should hopefully, again, hopefully is the operative word, have this badge, Ohio Learner, Providers and Students, 22 plus, high school diploma and adult diploma program, and also equally important, Department of Education application request access to education applications. If you're fortunate enough to see this, terrific. If you're not fortunate enough to see this, you need to do Help Center. And let's see, I promise you there's a phone number somewhere. Let me see. I'm just going to jump on another tab, Ohio ODE, Ohio ID help desk. Let me search that. Yeah, okay. I think this actually is it, this first link. So if you're having trouble with the Ohio ID portal, guess what? You'll need to call 877-644-6338. Don't email there. It will take too long. That's important. I will also try to put in the video notes someone at the Ohio Department of Education that may be able to help if you're looking to connect directly with a person. But if it's related to, and I'm going to go back to the home, if it's related to my apps, call the help desk. If it's related to you just don't understand one of the applications I'm going to show you, I'll have the person to contact with that. If you're saying to the person that I have at ODE, ooh, I don't have anything popping up under my apps, they will not be able to help. That's more of a tech question. How to better use these applications, that may be a specific person question that I'll try to list contact info for. So now let's get into the heart of the matter. How would you request access to the to the Adult Diploma Program web portal? You will go to Department of Education application request. You'll simply click that, wait, and sometimes this stuff does take a while. When you're looking to do this, I believe that these two things are right. So adult learner, yeah. Let me verify that there's nothing more pertinent to put in there. Yes. Okay. So adult learner and membership request adult learner is right. Why do you need this? You can put whatever your institution or school's name is, would like to be an HSD provider applicant. Just put in that kind of standard text, hit submit, and then down here in request, it will have application adult learner, HSD provider, date, approved by. Once you get it approved, it will probably have status of pending or under review, something like that. You won't get it right away. This is when you'll call the contact person that I'm going to put in the video notes, okay? I'll put this in the video notes. This is when it's key to call this person. Say, I have submitted my application request. I want access. All right. The person's very prompt. They will give you access within a few moments. Once you've done that, you will go to adult learner, provider, students, the first badge here. A screen like this will pop up. This is a dashboard because my profile is already connected to a program. This is where, I'm sorry, so you'll probably not see something that looks identical to this, but it will be awfully close. Then you'll go to select programs, this kind of 3-line drop-down menu. When you see this, you'll choose the appropriate route. Let's say it's adult diploma program. We'll click that. Once you're here, and right now I'm not associated with an adult diploma program, but I can show you once this guy loads up, if it will allow me. What we want to do, even though it seems like it's going to take a while to load, just know that we want to go under providers, and there should be a way of submitting an application, search provider, task management, dashboard. Just because, unfortunately, my profile is not connected to an ADP program, it's connected to the 22 plus. Let me back out one page here. I'm going to show you on 22 plus, if you go to providers and you have the proper access, you'll be able to either do new provider or renew provider application. If you've done an application in the past, but you weren't active last year, you'll need to do a new provider application. And again, please verify this with the person in the contact information that's part of the video notes. But with the new provider application, you'll click that, you'll check the box here, make sure you read it if that's what you want to do. You'll start your application. You'll make sure it's the proper time period or the application period. Make sure it's FY 2020. You'll hit submit. Sorry, this takes a while to load sometime. And then you're on to the homeland. You just need to diligently fill out whatever the application is. That would be the same process for the ADP program. So provider, new application, the steps I just showed you, and then you can piece for piece, bit by bit, do what you want. And by do what you want, I mean fill out the application and submit it. That's as far as I'll go in this video, because again, it's operative to get to the ability to even do this, and that revolves around, once again, creating an Ohio ID in the first place. I'm going to log out and show that screen again. Okay, just to recap, we get to the Ohio ID page, right? Let's do this. Let's Google for it. Ohio ODE OH ID login. I'm just going to search for it in general. For me, and I think it would be for you as well, 4 search results deep. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're looking for OH ID portal. Do you see this little backslash login? That's what we want. So that's how I got to that page. Remember, if you had a safe account, you can't use your old credentials, your old username and password. You must make a new account. This is an Ohio ID account. Fill out all the starred mandatory fields in this, agree to those terms, and then hit next. It will send, I believe, and again, forgive me if I'm wrong, but it will send something to your email that I think you have to put in as a security step. Then you'll receive confirmation. Once you've gone through these 3 steps or however many steps takes you to the confirmation finish line, you'll go back to our Ohio ID login page. You will put in the username and password that you've selected now. You will then log in with that username and password. Please put that in your password holder, or write it down however you save it. When you first log on, under My Apps, you may have nothing. Not unusual. I would not panic. Then you'll go down, you'll probably see 3 items under Available Apps. You still do not need to do anything. If you had a safe account previous, the information will port over. Unfortunately, most of the time it's not instantaneous. So you must log out. I would say wait 5 minutes. Make sure you put the username and password back in, log back in, and hopefully you have these badges or some badges similar. At minimum, these 2 guys. Adult learner provider and student 22 plus and adult diploma program, but more than likely this one, Department of Education application request access. If you've got this one, your life's good. You go on to that badge. Again, application, adult learner, membership type, adult learner, type in your token statement. You want to be an HSD provider fill in your institution or education or school name, and then hit submit. You should see your request down here, obviously like in a pending or under review status. Hopefully you can get approved quickly. Again, use the person that I'm going to put in the video notes to do that. If you're not seeing on this page that's about to load up, I'm sorry. If you're not seeing this badge or your profile stuff after you've logged in and logged out, call this number, 877-644-6338. And again, you'll do that if you do not see anything under My Apps and you know for a fact you have had access, pardon me, with your safe account to these apps, okay? So again, once you have access to these apps, you've done this, you put your sentence in and hit submit. Call the contact that I'll have in the video notes. They will give you access to this app. Once you have access to this app, meaning the adult learner web system, go to the program that you want to fill out an application for. And I'm just going to do 22 plus. You don't have to. You can do ADP. Go under provider, go to new provider application, and go check the box, start the application, make sure the period's right. We're going into FY20. Hit submit, fill your application out. Once the application's done, go to status flags and submit it. We've submitted ours, so that step's already done on our front, but that's the process for doing all of this. I'm going to log out. I've got a bunch of tabs open, but that is how you go about this. Again, I'm going to add those 2 pivotal links in here. In fact, I'm going to try to, okay. I'll have to do it after I stop recording, but I will add those links that I spoke about into the video notes. Any questions, I can be reached, and I'll put my contact information in the video notes. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.